Hello, and welcome to day 12 of the live daily healing guided meditation in some order or another. Thank you so much for joining me today, especially after our technical difficulties yesterday. I really appreciate you being here, and I'm excited to meditate together. Um, Before we get started, I just wanted to talk a little bit about the concept of surrendering, which I got a lot of practice in yesterday when things were not going according to plan. Um, and so I just want to introduce these ideas of surrender and triggers and automatic reactions and how they kind of come together. Well, triggers and automatic reactions come together to create this perfect storm, and how surrendering can really help us in those moments when we're dealing with that. And I'm going to use yesterday as a good example, because yesterday for me, a trigger for me is being late and being judged for being late. And so yesterday, after I was having a crazy day anyway, where like things were going awry, and I had done a really good job surrendering, I was very proud of myself. It's good to be proud of yourself when you are doing the things you want to do. Um, and and then I was here, and the camera wasn't working. That was the problem. The camera just would not go on. It pretended like I had no camera, according to my computer. And so my first thought wasn't like, oh no, we might not have a meditation today. My first thought was, oh no, I'm going to be judged for being late. And I felt my whole body tense up, because that's how triggers work. They basically poke your stuff, unhealed, unresolved emotional stuff that you're carrying around. And we all have that. I would say there might be some people who have no triggers, but there's probably about 99% of people probably have at least one trigger. And some of them can be really big, traumatic things that happen to you. And some of them are smaller issues, like being judged for being late. And all of them are important to address and to deal with and to work with. And another important thing to remember when we're dealing with triggers and automatic reactions is that we heal these things on different levels. So if you do work with one and it goes away for a while and you feel like, yes, I healed it, I did a good job, and then it comes back at some point, that's okay. It's not that you didn't heal it to begin with, it's that you healed it on the level that it was on with you at that point in time, and then you are able to heal it at a new level when it pops up again. So with our stuff, they're always going to come back, or most likely will come back on new levels for us to work with them. And then we're like leveling up every time we deal with it and we address it. So for me, when I get triggered, usually I feel very tense, and I felt the panic kind of rise up inside of me, and my shoulders went up, and like my body was literally reacting to the trigger as if it was dangerous, as if I was in like a fight or flight sort of, or freeze situation. The lion was coming for me. And so my shoulders went up, and it was like trying to protect me, trying to protect my frame. And so and now, because I've been practicing, and meditation helps with this, because it allows you to be observing yourself and to realize when there are shifts in your body. I was able to relax myself and kind of talk myself back a little and off the ledge. And so and surrender to the moment and just go, okay, whatever it is, it is. I have no control over the situation, and feeling physically uncomfortable isn't going to help me have more control over the situation. And so that's how I worked with surrendering to a trigger yesterday. So we're going to close our eyes, and I'm going to have you think about your own trigger and we're going to walk through it together. So we're going to take a couple deep breaths, close our eyes, and start breathing. Take deep breaths down into your diaphragm. You're going to feel your diaphragm and your lungs expanding, filling up with air, coming in through your nose, filling your body. And as you're shifting from inhale to exhale, I want you to feel that shift. And then as you As you're exhaling, you want to feel your body deflate and watch your breath and feel your breath and hear your breath exhaling from your mouth audibly. And when you sigh out like this, tune into your body. See how it feels when you sigh. It allows your body to relax. I literally feel myself go down, sink farther into my chair. My shoulders go down. It feels good. It's a release. And that's what we want to do. We want to release our body and allow it to get into a really comfortable position so that it can feel safe and at ease. Because when we're relaxed and in a state of relaxation, that's how our body is able to heal itself. That's why sleep is so important at night, because you're in a relaxed state. A lot of healing takes place then. And that's why meditation, one of the many reasons meditation is so helpful, because it puts your body in a relaxed state. And in that relaxed state, the healing processes are able to start. So as you're breathing and you're feeling good and relaxed, I want you to think about a small trigger in your life. Something that maybe came up earlier, where you have automatic reactions to it, where it bothers you, where it hurts you, somewhere deep inside. It's like it pokes at an open wound. And when you think of this small trigger that might feel like a big trigger in your body right now, feel how it feels in your body. Acknowledge the feelings that you're having. Do you feel tense? Do you feel closed or closing down? Does it make you hot? Do you feel detached? Do you feel shaky? Do you feel uncomfortable? Do you feel like you want to avoid feeling these feelings as much as possible? Maybe you're feeling annoyed with me for making you do this right now. Any feeling you're feeling right now is okay. We're just acknowledging it. We're just noticing where we're feeling it. Maybe you're feeling pressure in your chest or uneasiness in your stomach or a lump in your throat. Just acknowledge it. Just notice. Be kind to yourself by allowing yourself just to notice how you're feeling. Meditation helps us to notice how we're feeling in any given moment when we're practicing our thinking and our acknowledging and bringing ourselves back when our mind has wandered off. These are all helpful tools that we can use when we're dealing with harder emotions. Many people are triggered many times a day over a variety of different things. It's really helpful when we can start uncovering layer by layer what's going on underneath there. Starting to get to the bottom of our automatic reactions. Why do we react the way we react? Generally speaking, the answer has to do with protecting ourselves. Our subconscious, its main goal is to keep you safe and protected. So when we're triggered at something, that's our subconscious saying, "Oh, this might not be a safe thing that's happening for you." So it sends you into that fight, flight, or freeze. But most situations that we're in don't require fight, flight, or freeze. It's not up to date. The programming is not up to date for today's world. So being afraid for being judged for being late, while a very real trigger, a very real automatic reaction, a very real underneath wound, it's not life or death. So we need to retrain our subconscious, retrain our body, and show it through example that it is safe in any given moment, that you are okay. And one way we can do that is through breathing. Another way we can do that is through acknowledging how we feel, allowing ourselves to feel them so that those feelings can be released. Try that right now. Let's go a step farther from just acknowledging them. Feel into one of the strong sensations you're feeling in your body. Feel into it very deeply. We're trying to put the welcome mat out to our feelings because the sensations in your body and the feelings that you're feeling, they're just trying to get your attention so that you can deal with them, you can address them. And they build and get stronger the more we ignore and avoid them. So the more we can put out the welcome mat, the more we can turn towards them and give them space, the better off we're going to be, because when we turn towards them, when we feel into them and allow them to be, they basically start to dissolve, go away, which is what we want. But we have to first be willing to look at them, to allow ourselves to experience that feeling. And it's really hard when it's uncomfortable. But you are doing a great job. However you're feeling right now, whatever you're experiencing, even if it's really hard and you feel like your mind keeps wandering off, or you're annoyed that we're doing this, you're not enjoying it, that's okay. You're still doing a wonderful job showing up for yourself. You should be very, very proud of yourself. And you'll notice as it starts to release these feelings, when you really put your attention on them, they might get stronger for a little bit, but then they start to dissolve, start to release. And it might not go away completely, but it lessens. And you might think, well, maybe my mind's just wandering off, but it's not. It actually did release, and that's what we want. And it feels good when you realize that you have released. Allow yourself to smile, to be proud of yourself. Give yourself some kudos for walking through these hard feelings and making a difference for yourself. And this is something you can do anytime, any place that you need a moment when you feel those feelings bubbling up. It's a very easy process to do anywhere, anytime. And it makes a big difference, even if it doesn't release all the way. Even if you just feel it releasing a little bit, that's still a huge difference. So we want to keep this in mind as we're going about our day. When we notice ourselves feeling stressed or triggered by something, we don't always have to know what it is. We can still just acknowledge it and work to relax our body. So I want you to take a couple more releasing breaths. Really sigh it out loudly. Just blow it right out of you. We're pushing that air out. We're taking in clearing oxygen, circulating through your body and clearing out anything else you no longer want or need for your highest and greatest good. And just blowing all of it right out. And the universe knows to come in and to neutralize that, so you don't have to worry about blowing it elsewhere. One more. Good. Now, I feel you're feeling stronger, and that is amazing. Clearer, stronger, more grounded. We're going to start imagining a place that feels really good to us. It can be anywhere that you like, anywhere that feels good and peace and loved. It can be outdoors in nature, beach or mountains or fields or forest or your garden, surrounded by beautiful plants or animals. Scenery can be indoors at a sacred place, perhaps like a church or a cathedral or a mosque or a temple or a holy site. It can be at a really special place that you just love and connect with. That when you're in, you just feel really good. It can be a place you create in your mind, a sacred healing space where you're surrounded by deceased loved ones or guides and angels. It can even be your favorite comfy chair with your favorite pet, where you feel loved and loving, at peace. And as you're feeling these feelings, again, you want to feel them in your body. Really imagine yourself in this space. Your body, your energy, doesn't know the difference between imagination and actual things happening right here, right now. So if you create this elevated emotion, this joy, this happiness, this peace, you're actually experiencing it. Every part of you is experiencing it. Even if you're creating it from your mind to begin with, you're still actually experiencing it. And that has a myriad of benefits. So really feel those good feelings. Smile. Relax a little bit more. Feel good. Feel energized and peaceful. I want you to start seeing the heart light in the center of your chest. This is the light of your heart, your love center, and it is glowing. And with every breath, feeling so good, I want you to breathe those good feelings directly into your heart. And your heart light grows effortlessly and easily, expanding throughout your body, filling the whole of your chest and your torso, expanding down into your legs and your arms and your neck, filling your feet and your hands and your head, expanding and exploding out of your body in a beautiful vibrating light, filling the room that you are in, the space that you're in. Continuing to expand out into your home or your work, building you're in, engulfing everyone in that space in your heart light. your overflowing love. And continuing out still into the block around you, your town, your city, your county, your state, and your province. Continuing out and engulfing your entire country in your heart light, and every being in your country in your heart light. Blessing them and building them up. Your heart light continues to expand out, down into Mother Earth, connecting you deeply with Mother Earth, her abundance and her bounty, and her vitality, flowing through each root and spring and all the nutrients and the dirt. You touch every part of Mother Earth, sharing your love with her. Your heart light continues out, expanding, engulfing the entire planet in your heart light. Every being on this planet is engulfed in your love. Blessed by you, joined in unity together. Your heart light continues expanding out, engulfing every planet, filling through space, through every black hole, every wormhole, expanding out into every star and planet, any foreign life. Just as the universe is ever expansive, you are ever expansive. Your heart light is ever expansive. Your love is ever expansive because you are the universe. You are the divine. You are infinite and perfect. You are love. Bask in this for just a moment longer, in the connection to each other, united in love and healing. Relax into it. Feel it deeply. You can stay in this moment, or you can take a couple more deep breaths, remembering that you are always capable of doing hard things. You are always capable of finding this peace at any moment in time, connecting to your love. Thank you so much for joining today, and I will see you tomorrow for day 13. Have a wonderful day.